Australians have been experimenting with AI chatbots, asking them stupid questions and attempting to cheat on their exams with them or get out of their work. You know, the usual human things. We've also had a real ball with the AI generators, which have had the potential to create pretty much anything you can imagine. Well, the opposition party in New Zealand took a different approach to this new AI world. We are joined by Sheppard to find out what happened over in New Zealand. Nicholas, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Nicholas, I couldn't believe this story when it came across my desk. You wrote, and I quote, "New Zealand's oppositional National Party, those are Conservatives for people in Australia, have admitted using artificial intelligence to generate fake images for its political ads." What on earth did these ads contain?
Well, they're driven by two impulses. One is to be hard-hitting, and the other is just to get as many eyeballs as possible. So if you're existing in a medium where most people, prospective voters, are online and on social media, and they're used to dramatic, powerful, compelling, visceral images, then the temptation was just too much for them to, well, we could get some actual stock footage, but no, we're just going to AI generate something which looks more powerful. But the only problem with that is, of course, that it's okay if you're watching a film which has Hollywood production values, because that's fantasy. But if you're talking about political issues that actually impact people in real life, then using hyper-stylized images, it creates a weird kind of clash. And so that was where the backlash stemmed from.
Well, not only that, but in real life, when you have to film and get somebody to create a piece of work like this, there's a lot of checks and balances about the content involved, whereas an AI generator will do pretty much anything you ask. Is that one of the problems and the queries about this new AI use inside political campaigns?
Yeah, I mean, there are very strong implications. In America, there was a Republican attack ad, which was 100% AI-generated imagery. And so you run into some strange implications regarding that. Also, if the technology isn't perfect and some of the imagery is a little bit janky, then it looks strange if you have criminals bursting their way into a dairy or service station, but the slits where their eyes and ears would normally be have not been rendered properly. So if it looks glitchy, then you're kind of undermining yourself as well, and you get a little element of farce in there.
There's nothing worse. I mean, political ad campaigns are bad, but glitchy political ad campaigns sound even worse. Now, when the opposition leader, Christopher Luxon, was asked about these AI images, he sounded awfully like his rival, the Prime Minister, Chris Hipkins, when he was asked to define a woman. It was a real deer in the headlights kind of moment for the whole campaign. Nicholas, political parties employ creative teams using Photoshop to create images all the time. Is AI actually any different, or is only our perception of AI different?
Well, I mean, the things that we know about politicians universally is that they're narcissistic and they want to be shown in the most flattering light on billboards and in advertising materials. But there's a distinction between giving someone like a fake sheen and photoshopping their imperfections with politicians is quite a lot. There's a distinction between that and actually AI generating entire people. So if you have a pair of Polynesian nurses whose faces are so smooth and have such a weird sheen that it looks like out of Uncanny Valley, then perhaps you're not connecting with the audience that you're hoping to.
You might actually be offending the people you're trying to appeal to, giving them a weird exterior.
Yeah, if you're trying to create like an image of relatability as a political party, but you're actually appealing to people that don't exist and are generated on software, then maybe that's not too good. And there was also one image of a young woman who I think is, the implication is she's sick or doesn't have health insurance, and she's gazing forlornly out a window. But she also seems in an eerie sense to be gazing into her own sense of existential weirdness, that she doesn't know why she exists. She's just generated on a laptop.
What a perfect scene for this whole era.